Hey everyone, I'm Rob. It's Sunday today, so that means it's time to sit down and chat all things ChatGPT and generative AI and catch up with the news in the week. So, the biggest news this week, you've probably heard that Google has released Gemini, which is a large language model that it uses for its Bard sort of ChatGPT competitor. Now, it did release Gemini, and it did release that it is going to have 3 different models. They did a hands-on demo, and some of the information that they have in their demo and their press release about this is that it does offer multimodality. So taking images, videos, and using different inputs, having different outputs. So they do detail all of this. It's really cool. And the thing that they do boast about it when we take a look at the press release on the website, like right here, is that compared to ChatGPT 4, it apparently blows them out of the water in terms of reasoning, math, coding, and also its image capabilities. So it's pretty cool to see. I think, if you are interested in taking a look at it, I did a video yesterday about it, so you can go ahead and check that out. I have my own conclusions about it, and I guess spoiler alert, I actually preferred Gemini for a lot of everyday tasks because I really like how it lays out the information. But when it comes to creativity and precision, that's where ChatGPT kind of takes the cake. So they did release that, or announce that they're releasing an Ultra, a Pro, and a Nano model. The model right now, if you use Gemini, is using the Gemini Pro model. So go ahead and look at that. So anyways, lots of cool stuff coming from Google. And also too, on December 13th, they do announce that you can integrate the Gemini models into your applications with Google's AI Studio. Now, the thing about this is that we don't have access to the Gemini model in Bard in Europe at this moment. So if you want to go ahead and try it out, just use a VPN. It worked for me and I got access to it. Now, there is also really interesting news that came of this because there was also reports saying that Google actually faked the demo that it was doing for Gemini. So according to TechCrunch, they detail out that, basically that the demo was faked. And the reason and rationale behind that was that the prompts that it was using, you couldn't get that output. So basically, kind of behind the scenes, they stitched together some of the prompt engineering behind all the output that they got. So I'll go ahead and, of course, post the article that TechCrunch has written. Anyways, I mean, this is to be expected, kind of. I think that everyone watching this, and like if you're watching my video and so blah, 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 you probably know already that we can kind of assume this certain level of puffery from Google because they do have a lot to catch up on. Anywho, that's not to be kind of like a spoil sport or a naysayer. Again, I really was impressed with Gemini Pro in Google Bard, and I think really like a lot of people don't have access to ChatGPT 4, so it's nice that people will get higher quality output. I think the thing that I am concerned about is the data privacy component, because we know that Google has kind of had a nefarious past when it comes with data and data privacy, and I know that that's why it's not available in Europe yet. But should they play ball with the AI Act, then this is really a great thing. And maybe this goes to our next news point, because speaking of data privacy, wondering what our input and output is being used for, I thought it was so interesting reading an Ars Technica article this week about Meta. And we know that Meta is putting a model out there that has image generating capabilities. And it came to light that it is being trained on public Facebook data. I mean, we have been putting Instagram images out there for, 15 years. Facebook, those college pictures that we have put up, oh my gosh, oh Lord, God bless. That is now being used to train its image generation model. So they reported that 1.1 publicly visible Facebook and Instagram images are being used to train its AI model. And I honestly can't be mad, because I feel like, we know that if something is free online, that we are the product. So there has to have come a point where we've been using these services and we've been using them for free without paying, and this is the result. So I think if you were to if you were to generate a happy-go-lucky, often hitting the bottle university student that is Canadian, you might get an image-generated version of myself. I say that out of self-deprecation and love, but my college years, oof. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so I mentioned the AI Act earlier, and that was referring to the news this week that the European Union has agreed on artificial intelligence rules. So, according to the New York Times and many other fine publications, have indicated that the European Union has agreed on a set of standards and frameworks regarding the use of artificial intelligence. Now, it doesn't go into the details, or at least this article doesn't go into the strict details about what we can imagine and we can see, but I think one of the interesting things was that they do ban the indiscriminate scraping of images from the internet to create a facial recognition database. So that's great. That would be banned outright. Now, what you can expect is that the AI Act and the rules and regulations following this would be implemented in 12 to 24 months. I don't know. It's not very clear on the specific details of everything that this entails. For example, what happens if you break if you break the rules that the AI Act outlines. So this is going to be discussed further. And of course, I will keep you up to date on that. With the big fundamental news out of the way, we can get more into the dramatic Succession Season 2 and more sort of frivolous news items that are fun to report on. But speaking of Succession Season 2, the first one is that Ilya Sutskever is apparently hired his own lawyer. So we know the drama that happened in November about Sam Altman being kicked off of the board and out of CEO, then being hired back in, and that Ilya was unofficially reported as kind of like one of the leaders behind the coup. Apparently he has hired a lawyer, and it's not sure exactly what his position will be at OpenAI. I can imagine there is perhaps some bad blood there. And I'm very curious. And also, too, from my own personal perspective, seeing the new OpenAI board that is a lot more entrepreneurial in it to kind of make money, I have my own doubts. And I honestly, you guys, I feel like this is not a Hulu movie. This is going to be its own full television series. So we're going to have to watch out for that. Now, going away from some drama into some actual interesting and fun cool news of AI doing good. Apparently, an AI model has been used in helping scientists to understand the whale language of sperm whales. So there was a deep learning model that was applied to over 3,000 different sperm whale, noises, speech. And it is looking like sperm whales have the equivalent of vowels. So we can start to perhaps decode what they are saying. And that's so exciting. I'm sure that, they're probably saying, like, please stop polluting the ocean. Like, I'm tired of, like, eating plastic bags. But I digress. Like, okay, that's super neat. I feel like that is super cool. Anyways, okay. Now I feel like, okay, back to, like, the more mundane drama and AI news. One of the two big things that I saw on Reddit that I thought would make you laugh was that people have been analyzing Grok, and Grok is Twitter's AI chatbot. So the first thing is that we know that Elon wanted a more like sort of right wing, because ChatGPT has been shown to have more left-leaning biases. So there's been this big push for Grok to be kind of the right ideological counterpart. Cool, fine and dandy, good that there is parity and a balance here. However, according to some scientists and researchers, Grok is actually more left-leaning and more libertarian than ChatGPT. So I feel like that is surprising news that ChatGPT is actually more right-leaning than Grok. So say what you will about these results, it's kind of like, well, why would that be? But according to some other researchers and scientists, the reason why this could be, guys, is because Grok is possibly just ripping OpenAI's code base. So some people have put in, kind of testing Grok to its limits, and Grok has reported, had output saying, I'm afraid I cannot fulfill that request as it goes against OpenAI's use case policy. So, I feel like there's going to be, I don't know, there's going to just be more I don't know what to say anymore about that. that is going to be that. And that we know that, yeah, we know that this is the case with Elon Musk. He did clap back and say, you scraped all the data from Twitter for your training, so this is kind of a tit for tat. Anyways, that's all I have to say about that, and that's all I have to say this week. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to check out the difference between Google Bard using its Gemini Pro model, check out my other video from yesterday, especially when it comes to the drawing comparison, because it's funny. And other than that, I hope everybody is headed towards the holiday season with cheer, that everybody is getting their presents on time, and if they're not celebrating, that they're looking forward to some most needed and well-deserved rest and relaxation. I know I am. I'm actually planning to go to Mexico. I still have student loans to pay, and those will be deferred a little bit because the sun and sea are calling. So that's my plan. But of course, there'll be a couple videos before I head off to Mexico. Anyways, wishing everybody a wonderful weekend, and hope that you have a good start to your day tomorrow, and have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. Bye.